It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Jay.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. Barbershop Jay, I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. First, we want to remind you the Shop Report is brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. You can look them up on Facebook at RD Detroit, or you can slide on over to the website, rocketdigital.net. That's ROCKIT digital.net. And make sure when you're there, while you're there, you tell the BSJ sent you. Joining me on the P-Roll today is my cat from the NYC, a.k.a. Rucker Park. We're going to let the video roll. Oh, with the scoop-de-loop, the layup. Oh, Kobe, I see you, Kobe. I see you, Nipsey. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, well, of course. Well, Sunnyside, California. Yeah, wow. Yeah, imagine that. What's happening, man?
It's all good. It's always an honor to be with you. I hope the weather in Dallas is like you saw it in that picture. Nice and sunny in Dallas where you are. You know, nice time to be with you. And my little nephew and, of course, my main man up in the other right frame up there in Michigan. It's always good to be with you, sir.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And on the other side of the ledger, we got my man from North, Joy James, a.k.a. Double J. Tell the people what you say. Oh, the outlaw, Detroit Motor City. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yes.
Man, Double J.
The last time that the Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Braves won their respective championships,
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
the Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl. So there's hope for our host.
Wow.
Oh, hell no.
Wow. Wow.
And last but not least, we got my man.
Notice how you said he knew where you were going with this because he knows
I
his
knew he
team.
was
is-
going
Oh,
with
yeah.
this.
Yeah,
Actually, no. And can we introduce TJ first? Yeah, Mr. AKA TJ Shadow Man. Okay, look at him. Yeah. Oh. Do you got leg cramps after that?
We have to do better than that.
Did you get leg cramps
We
after that?
have to do better than that.
Yeah, no, we don't have to do better than that. Actually, when he said,
Who's behind the engineering and production of this fine-tuned machine? Double J, you did.
me, I am. What are you saying? I put it all together, baby. You know what I'm saying? With sticks and Lincoln logs.
You almost did.
Absolutely not. When I said I knew he was going with this. Actually, I thought he was going to mention the 44, the Hank Aaron thing. The 44, the number 44, the Braves were 44 games or something like that in first place, and then the second part of the season they won 44 games. Anyway, okay, the way you're looking at me, I guess I need to take some medication. All righty then.
I would think so.
What'd you say?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Okay, so right quick, of course, we're going to get off into. We're going to let me give a shout out first. Let me do that first to all of the folks here. I've been looking at the page thanks to my cat Double J. All right, you know what I'm saying? Who did some, some tweaks and twerks behind the scenes or whatnot. Then all of a sudden, the shop report and the page, the YouTube, all of that stuff is blowing up, man. I see all kind of numbers across the board. But I wanted to shout out to the folks out there who, despite the busy schedules or whatnot, taking time out of them, of course, to acknowledge the shop report and 786 Media. Shout out to all the folks out there. I can't get to you all or name you all individually because there's some names on there I just could not pronounce. But again, we want to shout you out for support. Good looking, because again, my motto, we are of the people, not above the people. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be able to do what it is that we do. Okay. And we're going to try to get y'all out here in time to see that Sunday night game. I think it's the Edmonton Eskimos against the Rented Mules Association. I'm not sure. All right. What's TJ? Why you got 3 fingers up? What's happening? You got to go to the bathroom?
Oh, no, Mobley just hit another 3.
Oh, okay. Got you. All right. Now all of a sudden, Evan Mobley is the GOAT. Anyway, let you tell it. We are here today, or should I say we are gathered here today to discuss I finally got my hand, as you all can see, scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and the Slam Magazine 75 Greatest Players list. Yes, I'm going to give a shout out to that. And the only reason I'm doing this, please, thank you for the chime. All right, what is it, dinner time or something? Is that the dinner bell? The only reason I'm even discussing this today is to point out the disparities and the subjectivities that most people, when they do these lists, try to make it so when they mention their list, like somebody who not be named, as if though it's an absolute. We went through the NBA 75 list. Well, actually, we didn't go through their whole list. We went through the names that were not on their list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off all of the names on Slam's 75 greatest hits or greatest players. Okay, and I'm not going to mention the number. I'm just going to go in order. The first name I mentioned is number 1, the second, so on and so forth. And then I'm going to ask 3 questions. Okay, and the 3 questions I'm going to ask at the end of the panel here. And if you want to leave, if you watching out there and you want to leave a question or comment in regards to our list here, by all means, please do so. We appreciate y'all. The 3 questions will be: who's not on the list that you think, of course, should be, and whose placement is out of order, and who would you take off? So,
Kobe.
Oh, please cut it out. Don't start that. Don't start that. So pay attention, of course. Maybe you might want to have a pen and pad, TJ. I don't know. Because I'm going to go through all the list. We'll go through the list here. So if you want, there you go. Good deal. That's what I mean. Shout out to my man.
Hey,
if I say a name, yeah. If I say a name, you got a question, but just write it down, and then we'll come back to it, of course, when we get to you. All right, so here we go. First up on the Slam 75 list is Jordan, Bron, Kareem, Kobe, Magic, Russell, Shaq, Wilt, Duncan, Larry Bird, KD. The Big O, Hakeem, Steph, Moses Malone, Dr. J, Jerry West, Isaiah Thomas, a.k.a. Zeke, Elgin Baylor, Scottie Trippin. My bad. My fault, Scottie Pippen, Dwayne Wade, Charles Chitlin Barkley. I hit the wrong one. Sorry about that. I'm a little slow on the buttons, baby. Karl Malone, John Havlicek, Allen Iverson, John Stockton, Kevin Garnett, Giannis, Dirk, Kawhi, David Robinson, still was a robbery.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Jason Kidd, Patrick Ewing, CP3, Westbrook. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Brother Richard's favorite, James Harden, Rick Barry, Steve Nash, Alvin Hayes, Walt Frazier, Bob Cousy, Anthony Davis, Kevin Mchale, Tracy McGrady, Dominique, Wes Unseld, George Gervin, Mikan, Ray Allen, James Worthy, Willis Reed, Nate Archibald, Clyde Drexler, Gary Payton, Earl the Pearl Monroe, one of my personal favorites, Bernard King.
That's what I was waiting for. Okay.
Yeah.
Reggie Miller, Bob Pettit, Carmelo, another one of my favorites. And my man, of course, Ricardo Stafford's favorite, Dennis Rodman, Paul Pierce, one I actually kind of questioned, Robert Parrish. Then you got Tony Parker, Kyrie, Vince Carter.
Wow.
Manu Ginobili, TJ's favorite player, the GOAT, Adrian Dantley, Chris Bosh, who TJ says Evan Mobley is better than, Bill Walton, Dame Dallas, Alex English, Paul Gasol, Pistol Pete, Klay Thompson, and Chris Webber. Now, Brother Rich, we're going to start with you. Here's one of course, the 3 questions. I'll mention the 3 questions again that we're going to ask of all our panelists. And again, the folks out there that's watching and listening, if you want to leave a question or comment, that's fine with me. Who's not on the list, Brother Rich, that in your mind should be?
I don't think anybody, for me personally, the person I was listening for was Bernard King. That he's on the list, I think he's out of position, but that he's on the list, I'm happy with that. And I haven't heard a name that I was waiting for that didn't hear. So for what I know, no one's missing for me.
Okay, and just to point out, Bernard King is at 56 on the Slam,
which I think is way too low.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I'm just gonna mention the name, and then if you got to come back, I'll mention the number in terms of what order it is. Okay, then, Brother Rich. What do you think? Then the second question is, do you think his placement is out of order?
I think of all the people, Hakeem Olajuwon's place is the most out of order of what you said.
Okay.
In my estimation, Hakeem's is the most out of order.
Where is he placed?
Hakeem was 13th on the Slam 75.
Top 10 in my estimation.
Okay,
one of the best centers.
I mean, they're not that far off. It's
definitely he's
not that far off though. It's respectable where they put him.
But of course, you know where my biggest contention will always lie.
Hey, listen, see, and then here's why I say the lists are subjective. For instance, Shaq is 7th on this list. Hakeem is 13th.
And there's no way.
Yes, would you still say the same thing, TJ?
What y'all saying? Hold on. What are y'all saying? Like, is Hakeem was more dominant than Shaq?
No. What I'm saying that,
I'm saying that as well. That's what I'm saying.
Essence, yes.
I'm saying exactly that.
Because head to head, most times when they played each other, Hakeem got the better of them. I'm talking about in terms of individual matchups. Because remember now,
absolute facts.
When Hakeem, and this is not no knock against Shaq. Shaq is definitely
y'all can't knock against Shaq. Ain't Hakeem wasn't he way more in his prime than Shaq was when they met?
No.
That's absolutely.
Well,
no,
yeah.
That's very true.
Oh man, yeah. I knew y'all. I knew what y'all did.
No. We talking about different eras. We ain't talking about whether they played again.
No, they played each other.
But we know that. But I wasn't comparing them playing against each other.
Yeah, that was me.
That was him. I'm saying that Hakeem was
I answered like that.
Hakeem was a better center, playing center. Yes. Hakeem Olajuwon is a person who other centers, nobody go learn to play center from Shaq. Shaq was a big, tall, dominant, imposing individual.
His girth was big.
Exactly. He never developed as a great basketball player. He wasn't fundamentally sound. He was just a big, imposing individual. Now, yes, give him that. But in terms of his footwork, his ability to run and rule that low post, play defense, Hakeem Olajuwon was a much better center than Shaq ever thought he could be.
But see, y'all being critical of a dude who's 300 pounds and y'all talking about footwork and stuff. Like, who at that size is doing that?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What's the guy from who plays for Portland right now? What's the big center they got?
No,
he has tremendous footwork for a big guy.
You mean Denver, Jokic, or whatever?
Denver, pardon me.
Yeah,
he has
Denver, or whatever it is.
Footwork.
See, listen, his poundage ain't really got nothing to do with that, man. He played the position.
You're crazy.
Listen, Shaq, listen.
You're crazy if you say his size had nothing to do with his footwork.
What I'm saying, his size ain't got nothing to do with his footwork.
Nothing.
Man, they ain't got nothing to do with his
footwork. If he was a smaller, leaner player, most times they gonna have better footwork.
Hey, listen, listen, the size he was that you remember him at with the Lakers, he was not that size in Orlando. He was just as lean and slim as Hakeem Olajuwon.
Absolute fact.
And then you need to go look up what Dale Brown said when he was in the service with his dad over there, wherever they were at, because his stepfather was in the army or whatnot, when he got the tapes from Dale Brown. See, this is what I'm talking about, man, about recency stuff, man. Ain't nobody knocking Shaq.
Recency, we talking about when they met back in the 90s. What are you talking about?
Okay, so right now, Shaq at 7th and Hakeem at 13, that's a travesty.
You crazy.
Oh, hell no.
Obviously, only you two feel like that because Slam.
No.
Listen, they don't feel like that.
Okay,
So
but that's what
y'all feel like that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. What this all you doing is making a point. That's why it's subjective. Because at the end of the day, go look and see where Hakeem and all of them was at, or Shaq and them was at on the NBA's list. That's all I'm trying to. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. So don't make a list and then hold it up for everybody to see. Like this list is the list of all the lists. All the other lists is garbage. Come on, man, cut me in, cut it out.
Hey, listen, I've never even seen the list. You got the list,
and I wrote them down in order. Excuse me, I wrote them down in order. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my job to order you a copy of Slam magazine. That's on you, buddy.
No, okay. I got the list. Actually, I got a top. I got a top 100 Slam list.
Yeah, and that was a year or two ago. We already discussed that. We weren't even doing videos yet when we discussed Slam's top 100. And then if you look at the Slam's top 100, it's different too. Man, cut me in and cut it out.
Of course, because it's gonna be different people on there.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, that's my point. So since TJ got the floor, so you know what I'm saying, he got this broom in his hand and all that good stuff. Yeah, TJ, out of all the names listed here, you tired already? You sleepy? You good over there, buddy?
Okay, y'all. What's up?
Are you rubbing your forehead? I hope you was sleepy or tired or whatnot.
Sweating like you about to try to hit a free throw at the game 7.
Yeah, I'm saying he like Shaq at the free throw line, huh?
Speaking of game 7, you see who did hit that free throw? The ice it. You remember that? Be rich.
Who did that?
Brian James.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, Brian James.
Oh, hell no.
Anyway.
No, he did. Why you playing all them sound effects?
Okay, got you. Here's another one for you. There's another one for you. Brother Rich. So is there anybody out of the names that I mentioned, if you want me to go back and recall a couple of names, I will, that you could think may or should, in your estimation, be taken off the top of your head?
Yes, absolutely.
Who?
Russell Westbrook.
Oh, yeah,
he has no business on that list.
Yeah.
None at all.
And y'all crazy, man.
So TJ, what? Okay, so
trying to listen, mention a few more actually, but he's definitely the first one that came to mind. Absolutely.
Okay, got you. All right, TJ, we're gonna stay with you then. Of the names I mentioned on this list, who's not on the list that you think should be on the list?
See, this is crazy because I needed to research that a little bit to see who ain't on there, but. I can't tell you right now, really.
Okay.
I have to look at my list. The top one.
That's what you should have did. What you bring? You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But this is why I hate. Like he could have just gave us all the list, and then we could have had all the, answers we needed for these type of questions.
Hey,
I can't just think about it right now. That's too fast. And then y'all got a lot of jokes coming up.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to actually go in the gym and put in work. Not at 5 p.m. You got to go at 5 a.m. like another player did. Okay, and you just can't do it. You just can't do it. You just can't do it for IG. You got to do it in private. And just put in that work.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I ain't talking about nobody or no one. I'm just saying to my little nephew, you just got to go in that gym at 5 a.m.
Yeah. And then actually, to tell you the truth, when they have these conversations about who is or who ain't, the variables change. Therefore, the narrative changes. When one person wants to make a case for one guy, they'll leave out certain things but add certain. So then in the case of Hakeem and Shaq, once again now, Shaq is at 7, Hakeem is at 13. MVPs seem to always come up in a conversation when you're having this conversation. When David Robinson was the MVP, whatever year it was, I don't remember that part. It would no need to. I know this. Hakeem Olajuwon should have won the MVP that year over David Robinson.
Absolute fact.
And guess what? In the playoffs, which is when you win the regular season MVP, when your MVP having been won in the regular season is validated, in my opinion, Hakeem Olajuwon torched him.
Are we forgetting that history records that in the most dominant era of basketball, when Jordan was dominating, that his only interruption was the time when the only person that could take over the league and carry the league and who dominated the league for those 2 years was Hakeem and those Houston Rockets, where Hakeem was at the top. He was the top of his game. That after Hakeem retired for years, even to this day, all the centers of the modern NBA, the recent NBA, go down and have clinics with him and work with him. A particular player from Cleveland, who's a star who live in LA now, he went and worked with him on his footwork. You know, a lot of players go down and work with him. So I'm saying this is Hakeem Olajuwon we're talking about here, and we forget because Shaq was and is an imposing force. We forget that he was not that good a basketball player. That's just a fact. It was not, and he never was fit. He never took the game
serious. Yeah, brother Richie paused on us right quick. I think we got a little situation with internet.
Yeah, even the internet, no.
Yeah,
even the internet, no.
Man, cut out, man. What he said, but what he telling you,
even
the
the internet, no.
Hey, listen,
I couldn't even do it. I was about to cut him off when he was disrespecting Shaq.
Hey, listen, Dwight Howard,
shout out to your Wi-Fi,
LeBron James,
shout out to your Wi-Fi.
None of them guys, when they wanted to learn how to work, footwork in the post, none of them guys went to Shaq. They went to Hakeem Olajuwon. Your favorite player went to Hakeem Olajuwon to learn how to play in the post. I guarantee you that. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, and then sometimes
that's because Shaq was still playing. Okay, just relax. He was still playing with those. Whoever you thinking about, he was still playing with.
They still don't go to him right now. Why don't they go to him right now?
Exactly, they don't go to him right now.
Shaq out of shape. What are you about to show him?
That's the point. He always
was
been
out of shape when he was still playing.
And he got 4 of these.
His general, because of Kobe.
Oh, here we go.
Because of a young man named Kobe.
Okay.
Excuse me, he won the MVP all 3 times.
Because of a young man named Kobe. Because of Kobe.
Okay.
That's why
we been listening to Charles Barkley a little too much.
No, I ain't listening to Charles Barkley. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You must be, because he the only one playing.
You're insulting me now at this point of the conversation.
My boy was MVP of the league and MVP of the finals. So
who?
How?
I don't care about people being MVP or this, and those are political awards. We don't fit. This is on this P program. We don't care. We don't care. He told you at the top of this thing. You can't bring. You cannot bring.
No. Hold on, brother Rich. What I said was, when these conversations, and we come to Double J. When I said when these conversations are being had in the barbershops and in locker rooms, the narratives and the variables are always up and down like the doggone stock market. That's what I said. And I said if MVPs are supposed to mean what people like, young folk for the most part say they supposed to mean, then Hakeem Olajuwon should have been outdone by David Robinson. The year that David Robinson won MVP is what I'm saying to you. The MVPs don't really mean what the people think that they mean, because Hakeem Olajuwon was the dream. And I think he had like quadruple double. How many quadruple doubles did he have in his career? Like 3 or 4 or something like that. Or in other words, Hakeem is in a category that like no other player had ever done before, not even Shaq.
So you saying, hold on. So you're saying quadruple doubles is amazing, right?
No. What I'm saying to you is,
I'm asking about a quadruple double. Is that amazing?
Yeah. When you got like 20, I'm not talking about quadruple double. When you got 10 turnovers. We're talking about triple double. Amazing. We're not talking about 10 turnovers.
Is a triple double, is that amazing?
It's amazing when it's done like people like Magic Johnson in the context of winning games and winning basketball and real team basketball. Not when you're doing it, not when you're going out to just do it to say, look what I did. Well, you don't care if we lost by 25.
Yeah, thank you. It's like ESPN when they do. The team will lose by 40, but they'll show the guy be in the top 10 highlights. Man, miss me with that. I'll say this. The triple-double is not as coveted an award as it once was. I will say that. It's not. Because listen, anytime, and this might be a bad analogy, but I'm going to throw it out there. It's the reason why it's only one Super Bowl trophy, one NBA trophy. At the end of the day, man, now they're handing out participation trophy. Everybody get one. They're happening with too much regularity now. So it took away from the luster of like hitting for the cycle in baseball. It's still that particular thing. It's still a coveted thing because it's such a rare thing. What you have to do to accomplish it. Man, everybody getting a triple double now. It's little kids that you look on Facebook, they doing little Facebook videos, look playing Fisher Price hoops, they getting triple doubles.
Getting a little more better than they was back in the day. That's all I'm gonna say.
What happened?
Oh no.
The players are getting a lot better than they was back in the day.
That's impossible with your mathematics.
Brother Richard, oh man, you broke up right there again. That's unfortunate.
Because listen, Wi-Fi don't love the blasphemy he's spewing out of his mouth right now. They just don't like it.
It's not.
No, I'm out of town and I'm doing some.
Exactly. He's working. Yeah, he's impromptu right now, but I got his back on that crap you talking.
It's cool because every time he say something, the Wi-Fi suddenly glitches. Like,
oh man, you can say that now when you got a hard wire. You got a cord. Stop, you cut it out. Double J, is there anybody on this list that you would excuse me? Oh yeah, who's not on the list? Excuse me, that you would say should be on the list.
So just to confirm, did I hear? Hang on, because I wrote it down. I didn't hear James Worthy or Jerry West. Are they both there?
Oh wow,
they're on there. They're on there. No, they're on there. They're both on there.
Yeah, Jerry West is on there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They're both on there. Yep.
And then
Jerry West is
Worthy's
at 17.
on there as well.
Okay, but James Worthy's there.
He's on there.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. Worthy's at 50.
Yeah, he's
okay. So the more so the people that I have kind of an issue with is you got to pick between Steph Curry or Reggie Miller, and it's because look, I love Reggie in Indiana, but they're pretty much. I mean, Steph said it himself. That was his guy. That was his idol. That's who he wanted to kind of model himself after. And Reggie's got a number of achievements. But
can I say something about Reggie?
Oh boy, go ahead.
How many first team All NBA he got?
I don't know.
Yeah, because
that's a good question. Do you know?
If I'm not mistaken, I only think he got.
You can't do that.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna listen.
He's making the case for me. Go ahead.
I don't think he got any first team All NBAs. I'm not playing about that. Y'all might want to look. I'm gonna look it up. Don't worry.
Please, because listen. If
you I won't just say that. I won't just say that. I heard that watching some program the other day. But go ahead.
Boy. Okay, no, I'm saying if you ask a
question, ahead.
You got to at least know the answer in case we don't.
There you go, quoting Kendrick Perkins again.
Yeah.
I didn't. But
you know they only quote touch clients.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And one more for good measure.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
What was you gonna say, Double J? Continue.
Well, and then additionally, with Tracy McGrady, if you're gonna put T-Mac in,
by the way,
yep. If you're gonna put T-Mac in, you got to take Carmelo out because just like Reggie, where are we? Why is my question? Why what did he do?
Yeah,
because this your new school, TJ. So you got to
no. Since you brought me in it, you gonna question Carmelo Anthony over Chris Webber?
What do you?
No, he didn't say Chris Webber.
I didn't say Chris Webber.
Oh, okay. Did you say Chris Webber? Barbershop. Was he the last person you said?
Yeah, he did.
The last one on the list.
Yeah, he's the last.
Yes. So don't go to Carmelo. You got to go to Chris Webber.
Huh?
He can't say nothing about Carmelo Anthony before he say something about Chris Webber being on there. That's how I feel.
Okay, so that's a fair. So you saying Chris Webber shouldn't be on the list?
You can't say nothing about Carmelo Anthony if you gonna not say nothing about him first. That's for real, Double J.
So Chris Webber really could have been a multi-time championship winner if it was not for Shaq in Kobe.
And let's also throw in there, they were robbed of a game. We all know this. This is evidence.
Hell no.
They got the game stolen from them by a corrupt referee. This is a fact.
Well, Tim Donaghy was in the league.
Yes.
That's Double J's favorite series.
Yeah, the NBA was front and center, baby.
Oh, that 02-03 Sacramento. If you played like 2K, that was a squad. You had Pager, you had everything. Brad Miller, you had Jason Williams, you had Mike Bibby, you had everything you could Bobby Jackson. You know,
Hey, that's cool and all, but my boy Brian James came in and torched them. Game number 1 of his career. Just came in and lit they lit they butt up.
Hey. Oh, you mean when he got swept with leg cramps?
Yeah.
Yeah, light that up. Oh,
Double J know what I'm talking about.
You talking about at the free throw line? Stop me when I'm lying.
See, when I say something factual, this jokes come out of yours. It don't be no rebuttal about what I'm saying. I'm right. It's cool.
Did I just lie? Did I just lie about what I said?
Chris Webber could be replaced with arguably at least 12 other players. Okay, just straight up going apples to apples with, you know, whether if we go by TJ's kind of logic with particular accolades, then that's part of the struggle in all of this too, is because as Barbershop pointed out, it is political. We could have went year by year with who was getting what particular awards who was hosed out of those particular awards. Thank you. Now, when you call it a career and we're looking at it 15, 20 years later, and we're literally looking at only the awards, not the context in which the awards were won, etc. So that's part of the challenge in all of this. So but to their point a little earlier, Shaq said it himself. He got smoked when it came to trying to match up with Hakeem.
Yeah, he did say that. That's what I was going to say. He can't
remember, PJ, when they look, I loved Shaq when he was on Orlando with Penny, Dennis Scott. That whole squad was great. But when they went up against Houston, I've never been more frustrated as a kid. They just could not match up with those guys at all, and it was painful. Now, when he went to LA, you know, again, he said it himself. He got lazy, and you know, but at that point, you know, Hakeem was like 40 years old and out of the league at that point. So there was nothing left. They tried to do it again by bringing Scotty over, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, and you know what else? Let's not forget what Shaq said that Phil told him too. Hey man, he showed in the ring the championships, the trophies, or whatever it is. He said, if you want these, you're gonna have to pick and choose. You're either gonna do videos, you know what I'm saying? You want me to pass it? Do you want me to slim? Man, get out of here.
Let me say something. We taking Shaq quotes and stuff like that. Remember what he just said about Brian, right? I'm just saying about the scoring title. Once he get that scoring title, that's it.
Oh, okay.
But this isn't a league.
What is it? What is it? That's what.
Listen, that's it.
What is the it? The it of what?
You know what the it is.
So if that's it, then what you're telling us is whoever has the scoring title now is it. Kareem is it. Is that what you're telling us? He's the it right now.
He got a case for being it. Okay. But in a couple years, it gonna be LeBron.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
I'm not going to completely throw that out, and it's because I'm using the same rationale about Steph versus Reggie, because Steph's going to pass Reggie without a doubt. But Steph also has a handful of rings too. He's beaten them in every category except for defense. It's just as simple as that.
Okay. So let me ask this question first, TJ. So you say if you go off of what Shaq say, right? You think what Shaq's saying is concrete, right?
Go ahead.
No, I'm asking you. I need to know. Do you? So you in other words, whatever Shaq's saying, that's what time it is, right? That's legit.
You asking me the same question I just asked you all.
What am I? How
Because y'all was quoting Shaq and going by what he said about Elijah Wine and all that. Did you not just say that? Don't play crazy. Don't play crazy. I wouldn't.
Okay, so then, because he also said this is what I'm saying. The reason LeBron fans denigrate Jordan's record is to uplift LeBron is because LeBron's record cannot stand on its own. He said that too. So in other words, my whole point in all of this, and always ever being,
you can say that, but he said that about the fans. No, that's what he said. He said that about the fans. Okay, I never said nothing about Jordan record. Okay. I'm on record not saying nothing about Jordan record.
Yeah, you better say that again. Say it again one time.
I'm on record about saying nothing about Jordan's record.
Yeah, you can't say nothing about 6 and 0 in the finals.
But I can say something about being flushed out in the first round.
No, but you can't say nothing about being 6 and 0 in the finals. I can't say something about that.
I can't say nothing about 6 and 0 in the finals. Never won a ring without Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, you could. But see, the point is, what evidence are we going to use to pick and choose to support whatever case we trying to make? That's my point to all of it.
Let's use all the evidence. Everything.
Okay, well then being swept in the finals should matter too. Twice.
Facts.
Crickets. Oh, and not only that, at the same time, you beat me once. First time, you're a victim. Anytime after that, you're a volunteer. You beat me once, I'll give you that. But if you come back to me and you're the same dude and you beat me with the same punch again, that's my fault.
What do you talk? Explain that a little more. I know what you're saying by using that, but what instance are you using that for?
I'm talking about the whole deal about between him and KD and all of that, who went up to who, head to head, and all that kind of stuff.
We talking about he beat KD for a ring before. You forgot about that?
Okay, head to head, who got the advantage?
KD.
Okay, now I can answer your question clearly because they both won against each other in the finals before.
Okay, and who got the advantage? Oh, okay, all right. Yeah.
Who got the advantage with the rings? Okay, all right. Cool.
Jordan.
No. He ain't in this argument. He talking about KD and Brown.
Oh, my bad. So now rings is the very.
Hey, Double J. This is what they do when you argue. You make facts with LeBron. They go
No.
Just keep trying to add. Let's keep it with KD and LeBron because they say, hold on. Let me say something, man.
Okay.
Y'all say your boy. Listen, y'all say your boy KD one of the best scorers of all time, but LeBron got more points. You didn't hear me say that. He averaged the same amount of points. But listen, he averaged the same amount of points as KD for a career, and he don't shoot as much. It is what it is. And he missed a lot of free throws.
You're actually helping to make. You know what you're doing? You're actually helping to make the point. But
that's exactly what you're doing. You're helping to make the point.
You're helping to make the point.
What point is that? What point is that? You saying that, but tell me what point is that?
LeBron shoots a tremendous amount of high percentage shots. A tremendous amount. KD is a pure shooter, pure basketball.
I didn't say that about what percentage his shot was. I said he shoot less shots than KD.
Yes, that's why he's able to shoot less shots because he shoots a very high percentage because of the kinds of shots LeBron.
Okay, now you're helping my point because you let me know that LeBron taking smarter shots than this other person we're talking about.
No, I'm telling you that LeBron's basketball skill is limited, so he has to operate in a different sphere than KD. KD can play from all over the court. Like
that limited IQ or whatever you're trying to say.
No, I didn't say IQ.
You didn't say limited IQ.
Lead in all categories this is important.
No, I didn't say IQ. He has very high IQ. So he's a very intelligent basketball player.
Here's what I'm saying. Like the video, different situation, but the premise is the same. It's a video out about the generational wealth gap. Okay? What I'm saying to you is when people are trying to make these comparisons, I keep telling my son, you cannot make an absolute, is what I'm trying to say. That's been my premise all along about this whole thing. It's all subjective.
I agree.
Because if you want it to be an absolute, then every iota and nuance has to be equal all the way across the board. When I hear them conversations in this barbershops or whatever it is, when they come to me, the first thing I ask them, what are we basing it on?
Facts.
I need to know what we're basing it on. Because if we're going to base it on 10 things, then it needs to stay with them 10 things. If we're going to base it on 15 things, then it needs to stay within them 15 things. What are we basing it on? Yep. Because like you just pointed out,
let's base it on since KD entered the league. That's what I'm basing it on.
I don't know what year KD entered the league.
2009. I think 2007.
I don't recall. I don't recall what year. I just remember when he was at Texas, busting Scott. Excuse me, but
ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm not so against who's on the list and where and whatnot, whatever the case may be. But I will ask this: Dr. J is at 16. Okay. Here are again the people before him, and tell me where do you think if Doc is in the right spot. Or do you think that he should be higher? Doc, again, is at 16. Moses is at 15. Steph, 14. Hakeem, 13. The Big O is 12. KD is 11. Bird is 10. Duncan is 9. Wilt is 8. Shaq is 7. Russell is 6. Magic is 5. Kobe, 4. Kareem, 3. Bron 2, Jordan 1. After Double J, we're going to ask you first. Do you think Dr. J should be up? Then I can read a little something to you. Did you know about Kareem? Because then that's going to see when you add that piece of evidence in about Kareem, that's going to change the whole thing. But go ahead, Double J.
Because, as you just highlighted, what are we basing it on? The hunch or assumptions that one can make based on that. I mean, look, to be honest, if I were to move him, it would have been at best one spot. It's just I think it's fair. I don't have really much of a rebuttal just because of who's in front of him.
Okay, got you. Brother Rich, who you think? You think Double J? Dr. J should move up? Double J should move up? No. Yes, absolutely.
Double J.
I think that he's in a, and I was a big Dr. J, still am a big Dr. J fan. I think he's in the right position.
Yeah, I couldn't argue it either. TJ, who you think Dr. J should move up?
I don't know, but I think LeBron should move up.
Okay, so Bron is at 2. I see what he's doing here, but I'll say it again for the people out there listening. All 20.
Well, what he means, respect what the young man is trying to say. LeBron should move up and out the way so Kobe could take the spotlight.
Good one.
All right, I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna let you
You ain't got no choice. I mean, the man threw a slider down the pipe, baby. That was a slider. You missed
it. Dr. J about that. Is they including his AD? Didn't he play in the ABA also?
Oh, if it's ABA,
if they included that, then
it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I mean, what do you think? Oh my gosh. Anyway, did you know about Kareem? 6 regular season MVPs, since they don't mean nothing, which is a record that still stands to this day. Now, what we gonna do with that? Okay, we're gonna toss that out, or we're gonna keep talking about first round exits, but we ain't gonna mention playoff, the finals losses, or we ain't gonna mention. I'm just trying to figure out what variables or criteria are we going to use to try to make all of this subjectivity become an absolute? You can't pick and choose. Oh, but again, I'm going back to what are we basing it on? Let's establish the rules first and then have the conversation is what I say, not based on how you feel about it. And I ain't saying to nobody in particular, but every time I hear these conversations, yeah, man, he was this, he was that, and then, but I mean, come on, man, make up my mind. You like the stock market at times. Up and down, up and down, up and down, man. No consistency. Or should I say the only consistency is the inconsistency. Okay, yeah, all right, got you, yeah. Do we have a problem with CP3 at 34 on the list?
Yeah, he's too high.
You think he's too high? Would you want
without a doubt?
What do you mean too high, Brother Rich? You think he should be
way too high? Need to be down there in the 70s.
Oh no, Brother Rich! Seriously?
Without a doubt.
Whoa! Why not? What do you mean? How could you argue that?
What has he done? What has CP3 done other than been a very competent point guard his career? What has he done that's phenomenal where you can say, "Oh wow, he's one of the best players you've ever seen"?
His assists. He got a lot of assists, and he led a lot of underman teams.
Here you go again with this number.
No, we can't do that. Oh, he was on the underman team.
Thank you.
I mean, he's 6. Listen though, because he ain't. Is he 6 foot? Is he 5'11"?
I don't know.
I mean,
if that's the argument you're gonna use, what about AI? That's what we told you.
No, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. He did. What did he do? What Iverson did besides an MVP more than CP3?
You just said
the culture of the league, changed the nature of a whole franchise.
No, listen. Let's talk basketball.
That's basketball. That was all.
You want to talk about a dude with an underman team? There's
I'm saying.
Man with an underman team.
Jay, where do they get Iverson at?
Bear with me here for a second.
He's got to be right around there.
No, Iverson is 25th.
See what I mean?
So they got the same, basically the same resume minus 1 MVP.
Yeah, but hold on though. See, again, I'm going.
Why it sound crazy to y'all?
No, I didn't say it sound crazy. What I'm saying is
CP3 was a real point guard though.
He was a floor general.
That's what I'm saying. Like he did every night what you want your point guard to do. You can't say that. You can't take that away from him.
No, and we're not. But I'm.
No, it is. He talking about he supposed to be 70th.
Man, let's put Blake Griffin on the list then, because of his.
Oh yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying. Put everybody on the list.
We're not
everybody on
the
the
list. Hey, y'all put Blake Griffin by CP3?
No. He did not saying. He did being facetious. It's not literal. It's figurative. I think. But here, once again, it always comes back to what criteria. Because here's the thing, and no names. I'm not pointing anybody out in particular.
Point guard.
A lot of players you hear. These
Give me him on any team, and I'm satisfied with.
Okay,
I can't put nothing.
Okay, so then you got to put Rondo on the list high because he's a very effective. I'm saying if
Rondo's a floor general too.
That's what I'm talking about. If
Rondo's a floor general too,
who has more rings.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my point. He's won rings with
He's
teams.
Never the point guard.
He's really led teams to rings. If you're gonna be silly with your argument, just talk about somebody that just did their job. We talk about 75
You just said he led. Hold on, man. Hold on. You said he led a team to a ring. What team did he lead?
Boston.
The Boston Celtics.
So he led KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen.
Hey, listen.
I watched him beat the Pistons. Rondo.
I can't believe this, man.
Let me tell you what Doc Rivers said about Rondo.
I don't care what Doc Rivers said. Because
Doc was the coach at the time.
But listen, he done lost so many 3-1 leagues. I don't care what he said right now.
Okay, listen, but I
don't care.
Hey, listen, I'm not. Doc's 3-1 leads ain't got nothing to do with whether or not what Doc said, whether or not if it's true.
Listen, man, say Phil Jackson or somebody who got
no, because this is because it's about Rondo. What Doc said about
That's
Rondo.
One of his players, so he's going to be biased, man. Come on, man.
No, what he said is not biased. What he said is true of any guy, any point guard that is a true floor general. He said there were times in the game in that season that they won the championship or the finals or whatever it is that I would call a play or I would call something and Rondo would come over to me and say, no, I'm going to run something else. He said, you know what? He is an extension of me on the floor. I'm just going to let him do what he do because that dude controls the game on both ends of the floor. Now, he may not do it from an offensive standpoint like a Chris Paul, but once again, it goes every time these conversations are had, because you're making my point. It always goes back to
Rondo and CP3 is no comparison, bro.
It always goes back.
You take Rondo, I take CP3 any day of the week.
Listen,
it ain't even close, bro.
I'm talking about the criteria that's being used, that is always used or omitted when these types of conversations are had. Because I will say this about CP3. He done played on. Well, he shouldn't. I don't know why he keep being bounced around the league. Number one, but I think he played like. Well, no. Let me back up. Every time there's always this discussion, it always comes out that there's always a line. He makes everybody else better. And then I ask people, and I'm not saying no names. I'm just saying when I hear that line, I say, in what way? Well, because he passed to the guy over here in the corner. I said, well, if that's the case, then I'm putting Chris Paul at the top of that. If you're going to use that line, he makes everybody else better. And whoever's name you want to put in there, that's fine. Because did he make everybody else better in the way that Chris Paul made Tyson Chandler better?
Who? What did you say?
Anybody. Whenever I hear that line, when you're talking about a player and they say, soon to follow, after they mention the player's name, they'll say, he makes everybody else better. And I say, in what way? In the way that Chris Paul made a Tyson Chandler better? Or the way that Chris Paul, with the 4 franchises, I think this past playoffs, they put a graph up. There were 4 franchises.
Okay,
I forget which ones. But in other words, the winning percentages of those 4 franchises were paltry before Chris Paul. And when he got there, they went up. But when we talk about Chris Paul, and I'm not saying to Brother Rich or Double J, but I'm talking about in general, those things are not mentioned. In what way do you make a? Hey, I'm just saying. I'm not saying Chris Paul should be higher or lower.
With your assessment of Chris Paul, I never said he shouldn't be on the list. I just said he's too high.
Yeah, no question. Right. And I'm with you on that.
Chris Paul is the floor general. He's definitely that.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, whenever you
be 70, that's out of hand.
Well, he's not 70. He's 30. He's 34.
No, he's saying he should be in the 70s.
Okay, well,
I'm being a little ridiculous. He should be lower.
No, you're not, Brother Rich. No, you're not. This is how we do it at the shop, baby. 3716 South Taylor Road. You know how we get down, man. Don't stand on it.
You already know.
That's why we get down like that. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw out the names from 70 all the way to 75, and then we'll see if Chris Paul should fit in the 70s.
Man, please. Go to the 20s. Listen, go to the 20s too.
Let me
I want you to go to the 20s.
Okay, now go to the 20s next.
And then go to the 20s. I'm gonna make my case for you.
Okay. In the 70s, starting at 70, Dame, Alex English, Paul Gasol, Pistol Pete, Klay Thompson, and Chris Webber.
Paul Gasol does not belong on that list. I'm the first to say it, and I mean it.
And
let me tell you, since we're talking about Chris Paul and we're talking about point guards who played their role jam up, then why is Maurice Cheeks not on that list? Who won a title, who was an excellent
I didn't hear Lenny Wilkins either.
An excellent point guard. How was he not on the list?
Yep. Hey, Brother Rich. Okay, Brother Rich, so you just gonna...
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You just gonna come in here and shut the show down right now, huh? You ready to go watch the game? I get it, Brother Rich. Just say I'm ready to go watch the game. Let's get out of here.
Why is he not on the list? Tell me why he's not on the list.
Hey, okay, so to TJ's right quick, we got about 7
then
more
we could
minutes.
have put White Chocolate Williams on there too. You know.
Oh
yeah,
Jason Williams is my boy. That was Jason Williams, my boy.
Yeah,
him and Randy Moss at Grand University, baby. Him and Randy Moss.
And everybody that played with Chocolate love playing with him. They loved him as a point guard.
Ain't no question. Okay, so TJ, I'm gonna start at 20 and I'm gonna come on down. All right, I'm gonna go to 20 to 30. Is that okay? I guess. Am I doing that?
Yeah,
right?
go ahead.
Hold on. Let me count the math again. Let me carry my phone. Okay, anyway.
Carry the one.
Right.
Carry the one.
All right, yeah, my bad.
Hold on. We in agreement that he better than all the people in the 70s that Rich said that he should be over there back there with them.
Better than Paul Gasol, for sure.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, better than Paul Gasol, for sure. Hey, hell, he ain't better than Pistol Pete now. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
hold on, Pete Maravich was in 70s.
Yeah.
He should be lower. I agree. Now listen, I agree he should be lower.
He should be when you say lower, you mean should be higher, meaning closer to 1.
Yeah.
30 and like
he should
that.
be higher on the list.
Yeah, because Pistol Pete. Now we just talking about college. I mean, he averaged 100,000 points a game without no 3-point line. That's what I mean by the variables. Are we including? See, when we make these comparisons or these comparison type arguments, are we including the fact that some of these guys were putting up numbers without a 3-point line? Because Pistol Pete's numbers are off the charts. And they rival anybody's that's got all these numbers now. When you throw the 3-point line, and of course a lot of guys' numbers are going to be out in space.
And then
taking them from them.
That defensive rule changes, the Jordan rules, all that stuff.
All of that.
A lot of things that benefit the players of today.
All of that.
Beyond just the technology, the athleticism,
That's what I'm saying, man.
all those things.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And let's stay in the Bird era. There's another little diminutive point guard that set a trend in those days. Tiny Archibald. That was a tremendous point guard.
Yeah, Nate Archibald.
Tremendous.
Hey, y'all just want to put anybody in here. It's cool.
No, we don't
We're talking about the position of anybody.
I mean, just go find a couple people, man.
Hey, I tell you what.
Let me go find a couple people.
I didn't hear Vinny Johnson. I didn't hear
Vinny Johnson.
Dumars.
Vinny Johnson. Joe Dumars. Now I'm mad at Slam for that. Joe Dumars should have definitely been. Joe Dumars should be on everybody's list, and he should be high.
Why?
He should be high. No question.
Because he was a tremendous floor general and they won rings. And they did it in a time where they didn't have superstar egos to coddle.
Yes. And but aside from that, Brother Rich, you want to know why? Go watch the tape.
Fact.
That's all I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna answer.
You ain't answered my question.
That's the question. No, I answered the question the way I did. That's the answer.
No, you ain't answered how I wanted to be answered. You had to give me something.
Two-time champ. That you could start there, and
listen,
then you could
said, excuse me, because that's the type of answer I want to hear.
Right away, you could have said 2-time champion, and that would have already put him in that
they won ring
80s category, or and to your point, like you said earlier, we could kick Chris Webber out and throw Joe Dumars in.
Okay, and put Robert Horry in there too. Put Robert Horry in there too.
Why?
It's not. But it's not just about rings.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's not just
that's how he answered. So I thought I could answer like that too.
No. He said he's not saying it's just about rings. He's saying you can throw them in there. That's a part of the variables. Robert Horry should be on the list. Robert Horry should be on the list. He should be on the list.
I mean,
for clutch, exactly. I think he should be on the list. But I got one guy I'm gonna mention, honorable mention. I'm not saying he should be on. He's on my list if I was doing the list. I know, a lot of y'all. I'm picking Earl Boykins.
Hey, Eastern.
Hey.
I was waiting for him to say
shout out EMU.
Hey,
I
Earl,
was waiting for him to say Emmitt Smith.
Oh, hell no.
See what I'm saying? This is stuff I'm talking about. Matter of fact, you're gonna get another one.
Oh, hell no.
For that. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start at the 20s. And then we're gonna get y'all out of here so y'all can go watch that Sunday night game between the Edmonton Eskimos and the Washington Generals. Pippen is at 20. D Wade is at 21. Barkley is at 22. Karl Malone is at 23. Havlicek is at 24. Iverson is 25. Stockton is 26. Garnett is 27. Giannis 28. Dirk is 29.
Pippen
TJ, you asked me to read the 20s. So what
Pippen is too high and D Wade is too high. D Wade is much lower.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I still put Chris Paul over Giannis. That's just me.
Okay, I'm not gonna give you the button because I'm glad you finished it off saying it was.
That's just me.
Okay,
but
all right.
I can make a case that he could be in there over Giannis. Giannis too damn high right now.
What?
Giannis too high right now.
No, it sounds like you're too high right now. We don't know what you're using over there. But you're too high. You're saying Chris Paul
too high, bro.
Sound like you're too high. You need to put that down. Whatever's in that bottle, you need to stop sniffing it.
Okay, so
he's too high for me at 28.
Okay, so then Kawhi is at 30. Could Kawhi be at? Yeah, Kawhi probably could be at 28. Yeah, Kawhi.
Yeah, put Kawhi up.
Yeah, I would too. I would.
They need to switch that now.
Yeah,
they need to take D Wade out of there.
I don't know, brother Rich. D Wade
is too high.
You think so?
I agree.
D Wade too high. Come on. What?
Look,
D Wade had a very short window, a very small window where he was dominant. He didn't last that long where you can say this is one of the best 75 players. Come on now. Nah.
Can I ask some? Is Alonzo? I didn't hear Alonzo Mourning.
Another good question.
No.
Another very good question.
Chris Webber get his butt up off of there, bro. They got Chris Webber over Alonzo Mourning?
Yeah, they do.
Come on, bro.
But listen, if that's the case, David Robinson, what are he doing at 31?
That's the average, though.
I don't care. Oh, man, please.
Yeah, but you got to remember how they even got Duncan. Never mind. I mean, that's that.
They had a 1.1.
I'm not disagreeing with you, TJ. There's just that one I'm a little torn on.
David Robinson at 31, but let me go through the 30s right quick, okay? Just the 30s, and I might touch a 40 or two here.
Anyway, as you go through that, I could make a case for CP3 in these 30s too, man.
Okay, so hold on.
I got Giannis already. I'll take CP over Giannis just right now.
Okay, yeah, all right. And I want you to drink some of the too, straight from Mexico. It just in a water bottle.
Listen, man. It took your boy 4 years to even get to where he at now. Like it took probably 5 years. Giannis.
Who?
He's playing in Milwaukee.
Giannis.
Man,
he's playing in Milwaukee. It's a miracle he did it in that short of time.
Man, thank you. And I don't. Yeah. Oh, that's a really good point, brother Rich. Yeah. Yeah.
How long it took your boy? No, let's keep moving.
Oh, okay. Wow, got you. Okay, so let me go through the 30s right quick.
High school.
Lose us. Did we play for NBA?
Oh my gosh.
We ain't talking about the Akron City Championship. We talking about the NBA right now.
Okay, got you. Again, David Robinson is at 31.
Man, no. High school. He could have been in the NBA. While he was in 12th grade, he could have been in the NBA.
Yeah, got you. Oh boy, please. So could a lot of them teams on the Baltimore Dunbar. I mean, boys from Dunbar too. But anyway, Skip Wise, they all to a man said he was the best that ever came out of Baltimore, believe it or not. Right. But Jason Kidd is at 32. Patrick Ewing is at 33. Again, CP3 is at 34. Westbrook. Oh, that he could definitely get off. Him and David Robinson is too high.
Told you.
Please. Westbrook is at 35. Harden is at 36. Rick Barry is
definitely
at
30.
That's who's got to go.
Yeah,
what are we get? What did he? What has? Oh,
Yeah,
Great
exactly.
question, Double J. Great question. Great question.
Yeah. Steve.
Hold on. Whoa. Who y'all talking about?
James Harden.
And Rick, you say Harden or Rick Barry, Double J? Because I think both.
Yeah, I'm with you on
both. They both. Yeah, they both. Okay.
Rick Barry got an MVP?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, James do.
Okay.
Let me show you how valuable an MVP is. Is Steve Nash on the list?
Yes, he is. And Steve Nash is at 38, right behind Rick Barry.
You see my point? But he won 2 MVPs, one of which we know they stole from Kobe to give to him.
Kobe,
so how valuable is it that you won an MVP? Keep it real. We know this. This is a fact. This is a fact.
That was robbery.
Hey, to
tell
you the truth,
they did that because Kobe took the ring. There you go.
I see what you did there. To tell you the truth, Alvin Hayes is at 39, and I will put him above Nash, Rick Barry, Harden, Westbrook, CP3, maybe not Ewing, right there somewhere 33, and I don't know about Jason Kidd at 32, but Alvin Hayes I will put up there. Moses, what?
You putting Ewing? Hold on, you putting Ewing over?
I said that would be sort of like a tie between Alvin Hayes and Ewing. Ewing is at 33.
No.
I ain't gonna lie. He'd be in the 40 somewhere, bro.
Who would be in the 40s?
In your poll?
Man.
Who would be in the 40s?
Ewing. He would be in the 40s somewhere.
You're not well. You need to put that bottle down, young man. Put it down.
I'm all right. This is where my youth might be showing up too. I'm kind of with TJ on this.
Why?
Oh, hell no.
Guys, think about the choke jobs that happen.
Man.
None of which were his fault. Remember.
So we're going to blame John Starks.
If John Starks hits that shot, the Knicks are in the finals. And the Knicks potentially win that series. If John Starks does his job, his one job, Patrick Ewing goes. Now, here's the thing. If he goes and loses in the finals, at least his resume is able to say, because remember, ultimately, that's what that whole period was about. Him resurrecting the Knicks franchise, being drafted number 1, resurrecting the Knicks and getting them to the ultimate show. And because of those unfortunate circumstances that happened with the Knicks in that time period.
But they did get to a finals, though.
Yes, but we're talking about but just once. But we're talking about the things that happened with them that kept them from ultimately getting and doing what they could have done.
Didn't he miss some clutch free throws? Or
no, I knew you was getting ready to go there because I was getting ready to say
that. Am I tripping?
No, what he missed was, you talking about Ewing?
Yes.
He missed it. He missed that layup.
Watch that 30 for 30.
Yeah. He missed it, but
and he missed some free throws too.
Well, we're not talking about Brown right now. We're not talking about a 70 or 70%.
My boy, hey, listen,
we're not talking about a 70%
never
from
missed no free throws with the game on the line.
That's a lie. He missed. Stop it. Oh my gosh.
What game has LeBron blue at the free throw line? Tell me about it, please.
Hey,
don't tell no jokes. Please just tell me what I asked.
I would just say one of the games versus Dallas that we know he shot historically bad from the line.
And in 2014, in the finals against the Spurs. But anyway, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Senility is real, baby. I don't need to say it. Not in this case. Yeah. So wait a minute. Bob Cousy is at 41. Do you think he should be above Anthony Davis at 42? Anybody?
No.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Anthony Davis is a little too high on that now.
I do too.
I agree with that. I agree.
He always hurt. He plays soft sometimes. I don't like him that. But hey, listen, man. It is what it is.
Okay, I'm about to pick a name. I'm about to pick 2 names. The first name, Kevin Mchale, is at 43, and David Robinson is at 31.
I think Kevin Mchale is.
Yes.
Kevin Mchale is definitely too low.
Thank you.
No doubt about that.
You know, it was funny. I was wondering.
You think he better than David Robinson though?
Yes.
Without
if you put
doubt.
the tape in, absolutely. Man, please. Man, Mchale
One of
has
the
some
best low post players.
Man, Mchale has some of his best games in big moments.
Absolutely. Something that
no doubt about
it. Really
was a problem for every team. A problem. Yes. Was a problem.
And I rarely, if ever,
one of them dirty Piston players.
No,
this is Celtics, and they were dirty.
When you don't know basketball,
they started that ish.
Come on,
man. Yeah, what you talking about? Hey, listen, I can tell you something. There's two players that I've watched closely, and I was blown away by the fact that rarely, if ever, I saw them sweating or ever holding their shorts because they were tired. That was Mchale and Tim Duncan.
And I'm gonna tell you, that's a fact.
I'm just saying,
we hated the Celtics. We hated the Celtics, but the reality was you hated to see Malone get that ball in the low post because you knew he had a classic drop step that you don't know anything about. His drop step was out of this world.
It was impeccable.
Nobody game planning for him.
What?
Dude. Ain't nobody got time for that.
You didn't tell us this was the comedy portion of the show.
Yeah, exactly. He waited.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
He waited to the millionth hour to come with the comedy. Man, I'm telling you, I'm about to get
that was the best one of the night.
Yes, I'm about to get 2 tickets to the Improv. I want to see you there Friday night, baby. Okay, we're gonna wrap things up right quick. I just want to ask one.
Somebody get that audio. Get my audio of you saying that.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will get that audio. Absolutely, you're gonna get the tape on that one. Check the tape. Check the tape. Like brother.
Make that one of your buzzers. Ain't nobody game planning for him.
Oh hell no!
Where would you? Well, we talked about Nate Archibald being 52. Maybe he should take CP3 spot. You think at 34? I don't know about that. Okay, I got 3 more names for you here, and then we're gonna get out of here. Ray Allen is at 49. George Gervin is at 47.
Iceman cometh.
Yes, and then with McGrady at 44. Would you?
I told you.
Yeah. Would you change any of them? Would you change any of them out, TJ?
McGrady.
Ray Allen, I ain't gonna lie to you. He'd be a little higher for me.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. And McGrady, if we're just talking skills, he definitely be higher. But no, his resume ain't good enough to be higher. So I had to put it down a little.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. Again, it all comes back to subjectivity. Listen,
but he makes a good kick. But listen to the numbers you read. How is that not that Ray Allen is above CP3?
Yeah,
Ray Allen got rings. Ray Allen won teams championships. Ray Allen is one of the most prolific shooters in the history of the NBA. You're gonna tell me that CP3
clutch shot, championship shot.
Oh, okay. Well, Ray Allen should be above McGrady. Ray Allen's at 49 and McGrady's at 44.
Absolutely.
Period.
Ray should be in the 30s at least. He should be in the low 30s.
Yeah. Then you know what? My bad. I got one more name for you. Oh, my bad. Earl Monroe. I'm definitely putting him in the 30s.
Earl the Pearl.
I'm definitely putting him in the 30s. Over Westbrook and Horton. Well,
but absolutely. This is what I'm asking you. Absolutely, without a doubt, over Horton. Absolutely.
So y'all do not like James Harden?
No,
man, please, man. Listen, James Harden.
No, y'all here. I speak for myself. No,
you know what?
Harden. He's the most overrated player in the NBA.
I now don't get me wrong. I sold my tickets Friday, but the reality of it is, with the rule change, especially, it's impacted that guy.
Yeah,
absolutely. Oh, and then you know what? Did you have you all listened or have heard this whole thing about the ball? It went from
the magnet
to Wilson or something like that. Yeah, right. They changed balls. The NBA did, and a lot of players
Wilson. They moved from Spalding to Wilson. That's right.
And a lot of players are trying to.
They changed it again this year.
Yeah, they changed to Wilson this year from Spalding. Yes.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if it was last year. Yeah, I didn't know if it was last year or
They
this
changed
year.
back. No, they changed it this year. It's official this year.
Yeah, and they making a lot of players are coming out talking about some. Yeah, man, the ball is different. That's just messing up my shot. Man, I'm so sick of hearing it's too many excuses. Listen, Paul George kind of tried to say the same thing, and then if I'm not mistaken, statistically, the next 3 or 4 games he went on a tear. But 3 or 4 games before that, you was talking about the ball was all slippery or whatever. Man, get out of here with that, man. Listen, it don't matter what level you're in, from the park to the parquet and all points in between. We done all played with the ball where the ball was raggedy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
if you
yeah.
got game, if
No
you got
tread
game,
on the
man, you
ball
got
at
game.
all.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't want to hear,
Everything.
that.
In the rain.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
On
That's
in a milk crate, you know.
yes,
you didn't
yeah,
have
come on
no
now.
rim.
Yeah, come on
Yeah.
now.
In the
Yeah, come
dark,
on now.
you know, it didn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, come on now.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah,
Well,
come
see,
on,
they be
cut it out.
getting pampered nowadays.
Yes,
man.
they are.
Yeah, cut that on now. All right, fellas. Well, I appreciate y'all for weighing in. We didn't get no comments today. I'm kind of surprised by that, but everybody's probably watching the game right now. It's all to the good. And on that note, it's been fun, but we got to run. We appreciate y'all for listening. Don't forget to check us out right here on the StreamYard Sundays at 8 on the PM side, or you can hit us up or look at us or look for us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, as well as the shop's Facebook fan page. And if you would be so kind, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Did I say channel? Oh my goodness, boy! I'm telling you, the teeth don't
You
work
was thinking
they
about
used to.
Miami and how y'all used to get that thing down to y'all with them games. The channel.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, hell no.
We'd be so much obliged if you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if that don't work, you can Google it for my man's Be Rich, Double J, Shadow Man TJ. I'm Barbershop J. You be listening to the Shop Report. Oh, and then I forgot to say here for all those who follow and support us, we say thank you. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. When they come up here with the shenanigans, I forget my lines, man. I forget my lines. Don't hit the buttons. No, don't hit the buttons. Yeah, I'm Barbershop Jay, and you've been listening to the Shop Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla.